Y'all remember the white girl that came in?
No, call her a white officer. Let's call this correctly.
The white criminal that walked to this man's house. She thought it was her apartment and she shot him. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
So she is going to be heard by a judge for an appeal for her guilty verdict. How you feel? I'm not surprised. White women have lost their minds. Sorry to your white listeners, our white listeners. Excuse me. I changed it. White women have lost their minds.
This is exactly how I feel.
Some of them.
Don't tell me systemic racism is not prevalent. And so somebody said,
She's 32 years old.
yeah, somebody told me, I want to say it was my wife. She was like, well, you can always appeal anything. And I said, absolutely you can. That's not what I'm talking about here. Let me tell you what systemic racism is. Hey, no, we can't see you in court because it's COVID. Right? Mm-hmm. No, we're going to push R. Kelly shit back because it's COVID or whatever situation. We got to find people, you know what I'm saying? And I hate to use him, but that's just an example. Kodak Black, no, we can't see him right now because of COVID. NBA YoungBoy, this situation due to COVID. Who else was so many people spent more time in jail because they couldn't get in front of a judge because of COVID. However, a woman who has spent less than a year in jail, a white woman who killed an unarmed black man in his own home. She walked in his home, smelled some weed, took her gun out, shot his ass in his home. And she, who claims she's sorry for what she did, she wants to show remorse. She wants to, do what's right, I'm assuming. She gets to go before a judge and say, hey, I want to appeal this. And if she wins her appeal, she will be going home. To me, if that doesn't scream systemic racism, I don't know what it is. Or just a systemic problem, a systemic racism problem. And I know a lot of people's like, well, how is this racist? It's because we have so many black people that if they would have shot a white woman in their home, they would not even be going up for appeal. Scratch
Facts.
What would happen. Let's scratch would they be in jail? Would they be found innocent? I'm talking about, would they be able to go and say, hey, I know I've been in jail for less than a year. Can we go ahead and move forward with my appeal? Absolutely. Let's go ahead and move forward with your appeal. No, we making niggas sit down because we don't have enough shit in order for their appeal. So for me, I already know what this is. You know what I'm saying? And it's the corniest shit. We literally are in a situation where, they making sure they prove to y'all, they're making sure they prove to y'all about what's real, man. And I know we supposed to be talking about this later. We can go to knock this out right quick. But this whole Joe Biden and his 100 days, y'all did it real slick. And I was trying to wait to see how this shit was gonna plan out. But y'all got real slick with Joe Biden making a hate crime for killing and beating up Asians with Stop Asian Hate. Y'all white people was real silent on that shit. Y'all let that shit rock, but somebody put up Black Lives Matter, and then, it was, we got to come up with an anti-slogan against it. This is a hate group. This is comparable to people that's killing and lynching. It was the most crazy shit, but some Asian people, and look, I'm not even mad at the law because it's fair. People were literally targeting Asian individuals and beating their ass and killing them. And it was not right. It was not fair. But white people did not see an issue with their hashtag. But when somebody said Black Lives Matter, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Stop Asian Hate was beautiful. Black Lives Matter was like the most hatred shit. It was like, we cannot let this happen. I can't remember if I said that the wrong way, so I just had to repeat.
You did, and you corrected it. So shout out to him.
Thank you. I couldn't remember. I'm like, something don't sound right about all that shit. But anyway, it was just interesting.
And white people don't like us?
They do. They like me. And you know what?
Why do they like you, Gavin?
Why do white people who listen?
No, I'm.
Oh, you talking about in general?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you talking about niggas who listen to me.
No, I'm talking about in general.
I was thinking to myself, I was thinking to myself, I was talking to a young lady and she asked me, she's talking to me about light skin privilege, right? And so I was thinking about that. And I think she asked me, she said, you think you got light skin privilege? So I sat there and I said, no. And she said, really? And I said, yeah. I said, I don't think so. I said, but I can understand how people can assume I do. And I told her, I said, being as light as I am only gets me out of shit that comes to me. Let's scratch what don't come to me, that I never see, that I can't speak to. I said, I believe it only gets me out of shit 30% of the time. The rest of my life, it does not get me out of anything. It's not a privilege. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because niggas know you still black.
Yeah, it's that. And I wasn't even talking about that. I was just thinking of it in general. Like the issues I have with black people, the issues I have with biracial people, the issues I have with white people. Like in all those instances, it's never been like a advantage, so to speak. Do I believe that sometimes a cop might think I'm a white person in a car and they leave me alone? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Do I believe that if I have a ball cap on and I'm walking somewhere and somebody might not cross the street because they might think I'm a white guy? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But do I think I've dealt with me being this light in a negative way more than that? Absolutely. But that was that. Anyway, but back to Joe Biden.
You know how you know you getting old